Welcome to a new video where we delve into the most significant recent events. Today, we focus on a case that has held the attention of not just America, but the world. We're talking about the New York civil fraud trial against none other than former President Donald Trump. This isn't just a case about money, but it's also about integrity, power, and the rule of law. It's a story that involves high-profile individuals, complex legal maneuvers, and hundreds of millions of dollars on the line. At the heart of this story, we have three key players. First, Donald Trump, the business tycoon turned politician who's no stranger to controversy. Second, the man who knows Trump's finances better than anyone, Allen Weisselberg, the former chief financial officer of the Trump Organization. And lastly, a woman who's on a mission to hold those in power accountable, New York Attorney General Letitia James. This story is not just about a trial, it's an intricate tale of negotiations, potential perjury charges, and the quest for justice. As we proceed, we will unpack the events chronologically, providing clarity on this complex legal matter. The story begins with the Attorney General of New York filing a lawsuit accusing Trump and his family of fraud. This legal saga, which has been unfolding in the public eye, takes us into the world of high-stakes litigation where hundreds of millions of dollars are on the line. At the heart of the case are allegations of civil fraud against former President Donald Trump. He stands accused of misrepresenting his wealth and the value of his assets. The lawsuit, filed by the New York Attorney General, seeks a staggering $370 million in damages from Trump and his company. However, Trump and his legal team maintain their innocence, asserting that there were no victims in the case. A key player in the trial is Allen Weisselberg, the former chief financial officer of the Trump Organization. Weisselberg's testimony about Trump's wealth and financial statements was a critical part of the proceedings. His role, however, took a surprising twist when negotiations began regarding a potential perjury charge against him. Manhattan prosecutors are currently in talks with Weisselberg's legal team over these allegations. The charges, if filed, could significantly impact the case and the eventual ruling. Yet, it remains unclear if criminal charges will be leveled against Weisselberg. This development adds another layer of complexity to an already intricate legal battle. It's a high-stakes game of strategy and negotiation, with potential consequences that extend far beyond the courtroom. The possibility of perjury charges against Weisselberg has introduced an element of uncertainty, raising questions about the veracity of his testimony and its influence on the trial's outcome. The trial took a dramatic turn with the potential perjury charges further complicating the case. As we delve deeper into this legal drama, we'll see how these developments could impact the financial implications of the lawsuit and the current state of the case. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this complex and captivating story. The financial stakes in this lawsuit are high, with James seeking $370 million in damages from Trump and his company. The potential financial implications of this case are vast, to say the least. Let's take a moment to consider what this might mean for Trump and his business. If the ruling goes in favor of New York Attorney General Letitia James, Trump and his company could be facing a staggering $370 million in damages. That's no small change even for a billionaire. This isn't the first time Trump has found himself in the hot seat over financial penalties either. You may recall a previous ruling where Trump was ordered to pay $83.3 million to columnist E. Jean Carroll for defamation. This is an important precedent to consider because it reveals a pattern, a trend of Trump being held financially accountable in the court of law. To put this into perspective, let's imagine you're a business owner. If you were hit with an $83.3 million penalty, it would likely cripple your operations, if not outright bankrupt you. Now consider that the damages sought in the current case are more than 4 times that amount. That's a massive financial blow, even for a corporation as large as the Trump Organization. Trump's legal team, of course, argues there were no victims in the case, implying that these financial penalties are unwarranted. But let's consider the nature of financial fraud. It erodes trust, not only in the accused, but in the systems that allowed such actions to occur. It's a ripple effect that extends far beyond the immediate parties involved, impacting the economy, consumer confidence, and the overall business landscape. So, while the direct financial implications for Trump and his company are clear, potential damages totaling hundreds of millions of dollars, the indirect consequences are just as significant. A ruling in favor of James could further shake public confidence in Trump and his business operations. While Trump and his lawyers argue that there were no victims in the case, the financial implications suggest otherwise. The latest twist in this ongoing saga is the postponement of the ruling on damages. The New York judge handling Donald Trump's civil fraud trial has put a pause on the judgment that could potentially cost Trump hundreds of millions of dollars. The cause of this delay? Negotiations concerning a potential perjury charge against Allen Weisselberg, the former chief financial officer of the Trump Organization. Weisselberg was a key witness during the trial, testifying about Trump's wealth and financial statements. Now, Manhattan prosecutors are engaged in talks with Weisselberg's legal team, and the question hanging in the balance is whether or not criminal charges will be filed. In the meantime, New York Attorney General Letitia James seeks a whopping $370 million in damages from Trump and his company. Trump and his legal team, on the other hand, maintain their stance that there were no victims in this case. As the world waits for the final ruling, the case continues to be a subject of intense discussion and speculation. As we conclude, it's clear that this case has far-reaching implications. We've delved into the heart of a lawsuit that has shaken the political and financial world. Former President Donald Trump, along with his company, are facing accusations of fraud, with the potential for hundreds of millions of dollars in damages hanging in the balance. The case has taken a dramatic turn with the possibility of perjury charges against Allen Weisselberg, the former chief financial officer of the Trump Organization. His testimony on Trump's wealth and financial statements has become a focal point, with Manhattan prosecutors now in talks with Weisselberg's legal team. The financial implications of this case are significant. New York Attorney General Letitia James is seeking $370 million in damages from Trump and his company, on top of an $83.3 million defamation payout ordered by a federal jury. The current state of the case, however, remains in flux. With negotiations ongoing and the final ruling on damages postponed, the full impact of this case is yet to be seen. While the final outcome remains uncertain, one thing is clear: this is a case that will be remembered for years to come. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive. Stay tuned for more updates on this and other significant events.